Hi, I'm Chuck Marundi. I'm a retired real estate attorney and now I practice as a real estate broker. And today I want to talk about hiring a building contractor. If you're going to build a home and have a contractor build it, there are some serious traps for the unwary here. And there are a lot of potential nightmares, scenarios. So I just want to share with you 10 key points or 10 little tips on how you might avoid those problems, find a good contractor and have a good relationship and get your dream home built without all kinds of problems and potential litigation and so on. Those things really do happen. Here are the 10 points that I learned over the last 20 plus years. Number one, I recommend that you don't simply open the yellow pages and pick a builder. That is fraught with all kinds of potential problems. And I think I probably don't need to say a lot more about that. Number two, do not choose a builder simply because he seems nice. I can't tell you how many people I had come in and sit down and talk to me when I was practicing law and say, well, gee, he seems so nice. Okay, look, I hope your builder's nice, but that's not proof that he is the perfect builder, that he'll do a good job for you, that he gives you a great contract, that he doesn't charge you for extras that you don't talk about, that his subs are good contractors, and so on. Don't choose your builder just because he's nice. Do some more due diligence. Number three, get very reliable referrals to a good builder. That means the referral comes from someone who is known to be reliable and who actually knows the builder. Referrals are always the best source for finding a professional. And they certainly are when it comes to finding a good home builder. Number four, do your due diligence on the prospective builder. Investigate the builder yourself. Make some phone calls. There's a lot of information that is available on contractors if you'll just take 30 minutes or an hour, maybe some phone calls and some internet research, and you can find out an awful lot. Number five, and I really think this is an important one. Take a look at some of his houses, inside and out, and talk to previous customers. Be careful now because you can still be fooled here. You can find one or two happy customers with every builder. There's always somebody who's happy. But you want to know if there's a really, really high satisfaction rate with this builder. You want people to be really excited about their homes. If you go through a home with someone, if they are not really excited and taking you through that house and bubbly and enthusiastic and showing you some of its incredible features and the quality of the construction and so forth, that's probably not the builder you want. Number six, this isn't very complicated, but it is surprising how many people don't do this simple little due diligence step. Check on the contractor's license and registration. Now, in a lot of states, that can just simply be done on the internet. You can look them up in most states, like the state of Washington, by going to the corporations division, plugging in the builder's name, and it'll pull up all kinds of information. And in this state, it'll also pull up from their database whether or not he's had any complaints, who his insurance carrier is, and a lot of other information. Number seven, on the same state internet resources, you can check the builder status, infractions, bond, pending lawsuits. I kind of touched on that a little bit in the last point there, but it really is important to know whether or not the contractors had litigation or had disputes with past clients, and whether or not people have filed claims against his bond. You really want to know that, don't you? Number eight, check your local county superior court clerk's office for pending lawsuits against your prospective builder. That's not that hard to do. In most Superior Court clerk's offices, you can simply call the clerk and say, "Hey, can you tell me if there are any lawsuits against this contractor?" Tell them the name of the contractor. They pull up the database and they can tell you if that contractor is a defendant in any civil suits. In fact, a lot of counties around the country now, the Superior Court records are actually on the internet and available for public inspection, and that's fantastic. You gotta love this internet stuff. Okay, number 9. After all this, interview your prospective builder or contractor and see if you like him. If you don't, I strongly recommend you keep looking. Gut feeling is, that's important, I think. But you've spent a lifetime learning how to read people, so don't ignore that lifetime of experience now. I would say this might be a case where you should judge a book by the cover, but be careful because they do say the old saying, "Don't judge a book by a cover," but your gut feeling is very, very important. At the same time, if you're talking to a very experienced builder and he's being really honest and straight with you, don't mistake that boldness, that blunt honesty, for anything less than it is. But there are ruthless contractors out there in the world who are just so good at sales. Boy, they can put the smile on and be so wonderful and a smooth voice and answer all your questions and give you everything you want. And then it doesn't work out that way later on. But the reason I mention this is because I've had clients who came in and said, well, we didn't really like him. He seemed like a jerk, but, we thought, well, he's our builder. He knows what he's doing. Well, who wants to work with somebody like that? And last, number 10, ask for a copy of the builder's standard contract and take it home to review it. Get a professional opinion on that contract. It seems every builder uses a different contract. I've seen dozens and dozens of totally different contracts. Many of them are grossly one-sided. There are several critical contract issues you want unambiguously addressed in the contract. And, I'll tell you that courts generally tend to rule in favor of the contractor. So you darn well better have a good contract. Now, if the contractor doesn't want to give you a sample copy of his contract to review before you sign it, that should be a pretty big red flag. And, I'm not saying you want to get attorneys involved and get into a big dispute right at the beginning. It's just that you don't want to get into a one-sided contract right from the get-go. Because remember, that contract will be used against you if you have any disagreements with your contractor. I hope that information is helpful. That has taken me, as simple as that information is, it's taken me 20 plus years to put together those points. They're very, very important. They're very practical. And they may not sound like much, but really if you do these 10 steps, I think that you'll have your best chance of connecting with a really good contractor and being very happy with the construction and the process of your home. It is your money. Why not do it right? And why not get the best possible contractor, someone you can have a really good relationship with? And when all is said and done and the house is built, wouldn't it be great to be on good terms with your contractor and to know that he can come back and address any issues that come up in the warranty period? Well, this is again Chuck Morendi with Sequim and Port Angeles Real Estate. You can always find me on the internet at sequimportangeles.com. That's SequimPortangeles.com. You can also find me on my blog at SequimRealEstateNews.com. Sequim is spelled Sequim. Until next time, this is Chuck Morendi.